All right, so this is the first time I'm going live on EV Mux. Just a new program I wanted to try out. So hopefully it goes smoothly. But I wanted to talk about something I saw on TikTok that actually um, made me feel some, not really feel some type of way, but made me really think about how people view relationships and how I don't know. Like I guess how a lot of people don't realize when they're in a toxic relationship, especially for men. And I don't understand why some men just take abuse. So I'm actually gonna just share my screen of what I'm viewing. Let me see. Oops. Do this real quick. Share. Add to stream. Right. So hopefully you can see it, but if you just look at the video, it talks about how when it comes to like a disagreement or argument or something like that, that so it's on the wife right now, but for the men, it's like straight the man immediately says, "Oh, I'm wrong" or whatever. That's the joke. And then when it comes to the so you see for the husband, okay, but for the wife, it's like so many different paths and stuff like that. And it tries to go towards I was wrong, but it never actually makes it. And then it just goes back to the husband and says the husband is wrong. And at the side, let me see, at the side, you could see the comments and people are just laughing and stuff like that. At least this one brother was just like, why is this avoiding accountability funny? And that's kind of my thoughts as well. Like, even though these are jokes and stuff like that, there's some type of truth to it. And when I look at it, I'm just like, what guy is going to mess with the woman that don't know how to be honest with herself and say when she's wrong or not? Like, if someone doesn't know how to express when they're wrong, then why deal with them? Like, why even put yourself through that stress? I guess it's a type of narcissism that people don't really pay attention to, where it's just like, okay, you can do no wrong. There's always going to be the other person. And I'm just like, why? You must have in my opinion, a guy must have a low sense of self to deal with someone that's going to put up this BS. Because out of all the people I dated and relationships and all that's, I came across, I never came across a woman, or at least in my really adult years, I never came across someone that did not know how to take accountability. And me, I'm like pretty much really direct. Um, I don't take that bullshit. Like, if you wrong or you do something wrong, I'm gonna make sure that in a respectful way, but I call out bullshit when I see it, especially when I have the facts to back it up. I don't let people slide like that, and neither should men just accept it. Oh, it's the wife, happy life. Like, fuck that shit. Um, if I'm gonna be in a position of managing or being the head of the household, and having that responsibility that comes along with being the head of the household, protection, even when it comes to finances, stability, structure, all that other stuff, then I'd be damned if I'm going to take on someone, have them under my tutelage or whatever, and they they not admit that they did any fault or they do any wrong or whatever. Um, I think it's just asinine, just ridiculous, and it shows that um, how childlike a lot of women are in this world. Um, Only a child will always try to deflect and not try to take accountability for their actions and stuff like that. That's what children do. And for it to be a running joke that this is naturally, or this is not naturally, but this is how a lot of women um, view roles, or this is how they kind of move in the relationship, is just it's just kind of like, wow, you weren't raised properly. I mean, they weren't raised properly, but then it's a reflection on the man, where it's just like, what man will want to deal with a woman that does this type of shit? Like, how frustrating this would be. Actually, now that I remember, I did deal with someone that was like this, where They were like more artsy, like, you know, flow liberal, like type of mentality. Never again would I do it, where it was just um everything. Yeah, everything was like they couldn't. They always twitch and move and try to make something not seem like how it is. And I remember it was so frustrating. Eventually, it ended, but it was just like you can't build with anyone like that. But I mean, this is supposed to be a joke. This is supposed to be funny, and you know, people gonna get some laughs out of it. But I mean, just looking at it, and I've seen other memes like this where it's a shit on the husband or the father or on the guy or whatever, and it's just like, okay, everyone is talking about this. Like, you don't see the same type of energy as far as, or the same, you don't see the same type of videos in public of this happening to women. From all the videos just growing up, I'm 34. I don't see the same thing. Like, even I remember years ago, I used to think when I look at the sitcoms, I would be like, you know, why do they always make the guy seem like a doofus or dumb? Like, when it comes to the husband and the wife in the home, it's just like the wife has, she's so intelligent, she can run circles around the guy, and she's really the one controlling. And it's like the dude would just be like helpless, like a little boy, and he can't really do anything without her, and he can't say anything, and it's just like why do they have to make him so stupid? Um, that type of stuff just frustrates me. It's just like, no, you don't have to accept this. Like, I don't accept it. My friends don't accept it. My circle, we don't deal with women that act like this. Like, we deal with women that get some sense. Um, and I don't know. I guess in this day and age, or at least in the Western world, you know, shit just tries to really be um, okay. Women are like up here, and then the men are really down here, and this is what, you know, because of the past or domination, stuff like that, the way they see it, or the way a lot of people see it, and it's just like, okay, this is the, I guess, making up for it. I mean, this is not a way that you build a strong nation when you're trying to make it like one person is always is pedestalized and the other person is just, you know, some lowly servant. But anyways, I think this type of stuff is just I don't know. I just don't find the humor in it. I understand where they're trying to make fun of it, but I don't know. Stuff like this never makes me happy, especially when you look at reality and you look at how many broken homes there are in the U.S. and the United States. You look at all the divorces that go on. You look at all the children that don't have stable homes. You see the mental effects it takes on the children. You see how, at least, especially for what I know is the Zennials and the younger generation or whatever, how they seem like they lost. Um, no standards, no principles that they stand on, the mental issues, the shootings and stuff like that. And it's just like um, people are not coming together and starting having good relationships. Relationships are the foundation of really life. Like, that's what we're here for. We have relationships with people. It doesn't have to be just sexual, but I mean, that's what communication is. And like you can even take it away from the wife or the husband or whatever. Like, when it comes to just in the business world or whatever, if you can't if you can't I don't know, if you can't get along with someone and admit where your faults are at, you can only go so far because people are not gonna want to deal with you. But those are the only thoughts I had on this. I didn't want to make it too long. I also wanted to try out this EV Mux live streaming platform. Kind of playing around with it, so probably have another video up soon. But let me know your thoughts. Do you think I'm taking it too seriously? Do you think it's legitimate? Do you see, you know, any issues with this type of TikTok video? Let me know. I'm curious to hear you all's thoughts. Like, I'm just one person, but maybe you all see it differently. So um, catch me in the next video, and I appreciate y'all watching this video.